Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I am the Twisted Jedi, and we are back with a brand new news update straight from the hero designer for Battlefront 2, Guillaume. So basically there's a whole bunch of hero changes that are going to be coming in May, and some of these are going to be really interesting for you guys to hear. I'm extremely excited personally because there are some changes to Boba Fett that are going to be extremely helpful when using him, and there's a ton of other hero changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the main changes first, which include Boba and Darth Vader, and then I'm going to get to some of the smaller changes later on down the line, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of those. If you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for all future news updates on Battlefront 2, as well as Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order in the future. Anyways, getting into it, Boba Fett, you guys know I love using him, but I have been begging for the longest time that he needs a health improvement. So they've now increased his health. We don't know by how much yet, whether it's 50, 100, what it's going to be, but they are definitely raising the level of Boba's health, which is incredible. I think if you put him right around like 650, 700, that's probably perfect for him. I think it's going to be really good. With his flying ability, I'd probably prefer it to be about 650, because if he's any higher than that, he may start to be OP, especially with these upcoming changes that I'm going to mention in just a second. But it's nice that Boba is finally getting this health increase, because I have been begging for it for a long time, and I know a lot of you guys that love to play Boba have been doing the same. The other thing that we've been asking for Boba Fett for a long time is a dot reticle for the sight. Now he's probably not going to get an aim down sight, but what I'm assuming we're going to be getting is a dot in the center of his reticle, which will help improve your aim with Boba. Now, someone that plays him as much as I do has gotten used to how it is, and this didn't really become a problem for a long time because I got used to aiming with him, and everyone that plays Boba a lot will say the same. You just get a feel for it and you tend to understand where to aim, but this is definitely going to help those players that struggle aiming with Boba's EE3 blaster. So this is a great improvement in my opinion. Now, the third and final change that they have made to Boba Fett is that he is able to recover in the air if he's knocked out of his flight. So for example, if you're flying up in the air with Boba and Chewie hits you with his bowcaster, you're normally going to be knocked and you're going to end up landing flat on your back. Now they're going to give you an in-air recover ability to counteract this effect, which is really cool. I think it's kind of good in a way that you can counter that, but I definitely thought it would have just been better to change what knocks him out of the air. The fact that explosive shot and things like that can knock Boba out of the air seems a little bit silly, but I think Chewie's bowcaster and Han's detonite charge should definitely be able to do that. Not only is he going to be able to recover in the air, he's also going to be able to dodge while flying. This sounds incredibly awesome. It's going to be really useful for those Boba mains out there, and you guys are going to be a force to reckon with once this update goes live. I know already there are Boba players that are extremely hard to kill and very skilled that are out there, so this is going to make them that much harder. If you can dodge mid-air like you can dodge on the ground with his jetpack, that's going to look really cool, and it's going to make for some great plays. So those are all the changes that are coming to Boba Fett next month. Let's get into the changes for Darth Vader. He has three major changes as well. So the first thing that they are changing is that Vader's lightsaber damage is getting an increase. Now personally, I didn't really think that this was an issue. I didn't really hear too many people complaining about this. I think it's pretty good where it is, but I guess they want him to counter Anakin in a way, so they're going to up his lightsaber damage. And this seems like all the buffs that they're giving to Darth Vader is something that the dark side can have to counter Anakin Skywalker, which is going to be a really good change in terms of gameplay and balance and things like that as well. So that's going to be something to watch out for, and we'll see how it's going to go. Maybe he'll be able to one-hit infantry now with his lightsaber damage. The second change is that Vader's stamina recharge delay will be reduced. So when you use up all your stamina, the delay before it starts recharging will be shorter and will come back quicker. So this is probably a good thing as well. I know sometimes you tend to swing spam with Vader because he's just that powerful, and then you get caught up in the stamina and forget that he's going to run out. So this is going to be a good change for him as well. One last change that they are making, and this is going to be an absolute great change. They are reducing the damage taken during force choke. A lot of you guys know that when you use force choke with Darth Vader, he becomes extremely vulnerable and he can take an absolute ton of damage during that time. So they're going to make it like Obi-Wan's push and Anakin's abilities, where you get a damage reduction while that ability is active. I think this is something that should have been done earlier, but it's definitely a good change to see coming next month. So those are all the changes for Darth Vader. He sounds like he's going to be great and a really good counter to Anakin for the dark side. Now getting into some single changes, so there's a couple of heroes that are getting different changes. Chewie is going to be getting a health buff, which I think is a good idea. He tends to be a little bit useless in Galactic Assault, so giving him a little bit extra health is going to be great for that. He didn't really need it in Heroes vs Villains because he's a bit of a beast anyway, but I definitely think he needed it for Galactic Assault. Finn and Phasma are both getting their blaster damage increased. I think Phasma especially was the one that I was hoping for this to happen to, because her blaster just feels like a pea shooter when you're you're firing it off, you tend to not do that much damage unless you're getting headshots consistently. And for someone who struggles to aim with her blaster like me, that is not a good thing. So the fact that they're increasing the damage on her blaster is going to be really helpful for me in the future, and I might find myself playing her a little bit more. Personally, I don't have any trouble with Finn. I can still aim his blaster quite well, and I think it does a good amount of damage. I think the change they should look to make is when he activates his middle ability that he's still slowed down. I think they should just remove that and make him run normally, because that's a change that I can see happening in the future. In terms of changes for General Grievous, his Unrelenting Advance will be getting a damage increase plus a fix. Obviously, it's a bit of a buggy ability at times, so not sure what this fix is going to entail, but it's definitely good to see that they're looking at making it a bit more viable in combat. Next up is Obi-Wan, and he is going to get a mind trick increase time, so basically it's going to last a little bit longer. I don't know, I don't use Obi-Wan's mind trick a whole lot. It does become really useful against blaster heroes and things like that, but I think in terms of against lightsaber heroes, it's not too much of an issue, and if it's just infantry, I really don't even bother using it because it doesn't do all that much against them, except for stopping them from rolling and dodging side to side. So it's something that kind of maybe needed to be changed, but I didn't see it all that much, so I'm not too concerned with this change. The next one is a cool change, and that's Luke Skywalker's saber damage is going to be increased as well. This is something that's really good. I love playing Luke, and I think he should be able to do a decent amount of damage with his lightsaber. At the moment, it feels a little bit clunky and a little bit lesser damage than the likes of Obi-Wan and Anakin, as well as Yoda and Rey. They're pretty powerful too, so I think Luke should be on the same level as those other characters, and this is definitely going to help improve that. Yoda's run speed is going to be getting an increase. I think Yoda's pretty good as it is. Using his dash attack has always kept me out of trouble for the most part, but I guess they saw other players complaining about this and thinking that he needs to have his speed increased, as he just had his jump increased as well. So maybe it just puts him on a level playing field with the other characters. And finally, the last change that's going to be coming to the heroes is a health regen boost for blaster heroes. So basically, the health regen is going to come faster for those playing as a blaster hero. I think this is a good change. The blaster heroes definitely have a disadvantage when it comes to close-up combat. So if you manage to escape from a lightsaber hero, you want that health to be coming back very quickly, and this is going to do that. So another good change for those players that love to main the blasters, which I know a lot of you do. I personally love using Han, so that's one of my favorite changes for this coming update. So let me know what you think down below of all of these changes. I love that they're finally mixing it up and making some serious changes to the heroes to try and find where the balance is. Those changes to Boba Fett are going to be amazing. They sound fantastic, especially the health up for him. That's something I'm really looking forward to personally, and the fact that Phasma is getting her blaster damage increase too, maybe I'll find myself using her a little bit more often. Anyways, that's everything for this update. If anything does come out in the future, any more news or info, I will have that up for you guys as soon as possible. I apologize for the recent lack of videos and streams. I've just been super busy and sorting some things out in my personal life, so I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me and still staying tuned when I am online. So thank you guys so much again. I appreciate all of you. Make sure you smash a big thumbs up on the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you again for watching, and may the force be with you always.